Hello, friends. My name is Christopher McGrath. Uh, Here's my name. I'm a seeker of truth, meaning a lot of people care about the truth and they seek the truth, but they don't want to change. They don't want to live by it. But I am the one who constantly seeking the truth, and if I see anything wrong, I'll change, adapt. And when I see anything wrong in other people, I expect to see a change. If I don't see adjustment and change, admission of wrongs, and I get disgusted, and I want to stay away. More than that, people actually lie. People are so good at lying, and they they have ways to adjust to their wrongs, to lie. Basically, they would lie to make the sin seems acceptable or true or some kind of excuse. That's what I mean. Their adjustment, and that's pretty much that's a disgusting liar or blatant liar or subtle liar. People lies in so many ways, and most so-called good people that you will see in the world are people who just deny the truth. They won't listen to you. They won't talk to you. You can't even talk to them. They stay far away from any kind of serious conversation, and they just freaking uh, close their lives out. And they do deal with people, but the other people that they deal with are also the people who don't talk about anything truthful. When I say they don't talk, or they do talk a lot, they spend their lives talking all kinds of nonsense from the age that they can start to speak, probably like 5 years old, 6 years old, and so on. They learning the language, whatever the language that they may be speaking, but they never gonna ever gonna talk about truth or anything, and they stay away from anything truthful that's gonna require them to realize they are evil, they need to change, and so on. So that's what I mean. That's who I am. I'm a seeker of truth and who live by truth. So, what is this video all about? This video, uh, now modern day, the videos are very popular. We can, people can do podcasts. People have these their devices, phones, and you can take out the phone and quickly record something. But about 20 years ago or more, you know, a person like me had to struggle to have videos because video cameras are expensive. Believe it or not, I was a teenager or in my pre-teens, and even to have a digital camera, cheap, so-called cheap, low value, I mean, low functional digital camera costs around over $100 or 80, $90. It's garbage. It's not really that good quality. It's not so good, and it's not. And the video cameras were very expensive. I had a lot of martial arts activities, challenges. I fought many people. I wish I had video cameras to record them. The most I could do is like take a little picture, or if I have somebody like take these still images of us fighting, and it's not very good. But the funny aspect is that once I have the video camera and I want to record the people who come to challenge me or who accept my challenge to fight me, less and less people want to fight. They don't want to be recorded. Just go figure it. Disgusting lies. What is wrong with people? They're so afraid of the truth. So then I had this idea. These individual who I'm going to be talking about, this individual that you see on your screen, Bishop Mamari Emmanuel, Okay, I was doing what they were doing, not what they are doing now. I was doing what they are doing with the words, not with the video camera. You know, I was on Facebook like when Facebook started, and I had the idea right away. This is a good idea that I can reach out people and talk about anything. And the Facebook in the beginning was censor free. I could talk about almost anything I want, all the words I type, and so on. So what I wanted to point out is here. You see, starting about 2010, okay, I invited people to discuss about religion, especially the Buddhism. I want to see the dates in these comments. So in these comments, we were discussing about Buddhism. Oh my God, why can't I see the dates? So here's the time, the 14 years ago, 2010. Let's sort these dates and see if I can see most relevant, all comments. Okay, let's see, show all comments. So this is what date, 14 years ago, August 2010, I believe, yeah. 2010, how is this sorted out? This is August 2010 as well. And, oh my goodness, it won't show me all the comments. I gotta keep on clicking, show more comment. I just want to see what's the oldest one. So there's a person who said you are appreciated Christ. He meant Chris. 11 years ago. So 2013, right? I was talking about Buddhism. So it's not that I care about these misled Islamic people or other religion. You know, believe it or not, I know all the religions. I study them. I don't know the details. You know, I don't need to know all the silly details. You know, but the essence, what's really important about them, that's what people should be focusing on. Like, I don't need to know all the gods in Hinduism, but I should know the idea. Like, yeah, they will accept all the gods, and they accept the, you know, the blessing or the favors from these spirits, and they would go with anyone. So you know, the basic idea is God will, the true God, the Creator, will not accept him being worshipped all along with other gods. So Creator is just gonna fall out. Creator is gonna reject you because you are worshiping Creator all along together with the demons and whatever, all these dead souls. So what are you gonna be? What are you gonna end up worshiping? You're gonna end up worshiping the demons, basically. So that kind of essence. Okay, in Catholicism, for example, people argue, why are there images? Okay, for example, there's a crucifix in front of the church, and oh my God, Christ is forever crucified. Like, it never come down. Like, this is bad. You know, people would like think of these silly ideas, make arguments out of it. Okay, and they could be right, they could be wrong on that, but you got to really focus on, okay, the idea of tabernacle, okay, in front of the church. I'm talking about Catholic parish. Okay, the word church. People nowadays, like, people use the church to these buildings, and the word church itself is like corrupted now, becomes like becomes subjugated, or is like a relational, conditional word. No, because the devil is very good at confusing people with the within the language, the lies of the language itself. So back to the example that I'm referring to, you go to the Roman Catholic parish, and the setting that you will see the altar in the middle and the tabernacle in the middle, and that's so when you go there, you're not going to the priest, you're not going to meet other people or party them and like to show respect to them or to to be friends with them, to go and please them. Okay, you're not going there to please people. You go there to worship God. That's the difference between the major difference that I see in Catholic parish or the second major religion in the United States of America is Baptist. The so-called Baptist churches, pretty much, it could be anybody. I used to think, oh, they have the organized structure like they report back to the Church of England because really this Baptist religion come from Church of England. So I was thinking they report back, but no, they no longer. A lot of these so-called Baptist parishes are independently running. Okay, I can be a Baptist so-called pastor, right? If I talk enough about the truthful subject, people will come follow me, and then I can lie to them. I won't. I will never. So don't ever think like I'm being tempted or I'm doing this. I'm just presenting the hypothesis, and I'm kind of presenting to the victims out there to realize what's going on as well. So these pastors pretty much run it like a business. It is a business. If they don't really know these Baptist churches legally register as either corporation or non-profit corporation or whatever, and then whatever fund that they receive, whatever money and the assets, you can go and give them land, and then the land goes into the bank account, the assets of this account that's created with the government, and it's tax free, and the guy can pretty much run himself with anything, and then he can pay to himself the salary or whatever money, expenses, claim, and so on. So pretty much that is like his gold chest that he can transfer money to help himself anytime he wants. The same thing with the churches, Roman Catholic Church or whatever. That's how it's registered. But the Catholic Church, report back to what you call Vatican, and there's a hierarchy. The local priest, and then the local bishop, and then the cardinal, the bishop, the assigned to the whole country, and then the Pope, right? And these people have some kind of organized structures. There are corruptions there too. So I'm not saying the Catholic Church is perfect. No, it's far from it. But the setting, okay, you go there, you go to God, you worship God. In the Baptist church, people go there to please each other. And the theme what I see in all the so-called Baptist church or other Protestant denominations, people go there to accept each other's sins. Okay, all these people, they're all very beautiful girls and young boys or men, doesn't matter. They all look, of course, in the Christian environment, you're always gonna find the non-violence, the safe environment. Right? So that's what people want. Like people want safety. So you go to bars or somewhere like a concert, then you're not that safe anymore. You better be tough and you better watch out because somebody might be shooting you, or a lot of tough guys with the big knife or little knife or all kinds of things, and the crazy people. So in the Christian environment, the safety is there, right? So people go there, hang out. A lot of times they don't have organized uh, way of running the worship. In Catholicism we call mass, right? You have a mass, and your congregation, the uh, it's always the same, no matter where you go. Okay, Catholic parish or Catholic mass runs the same. Whether you go to church in New York, Manhattan, New York, or North Carolina or Florida somewhere, or in England. I've been to Catholic churches or Catholic parishes in England or in Myanmar. Where else? So it's all the same everywhere, but that's not the case with other denominations. It's all anything goes. Anything goes there, and you can have a rap band, or you can have some crazy dance, or anything goes basically. But without pointing out the extreme or whatever. But the theme in these Christian congregations, when I mean Christians, these Protestant congregations, they go there to accept each other's sins. They're all nice to each other, and somebody's gonna uh, feel guilty about himself or something bad, and they're gonna speak out. Or like, I was alcoholic, or I did this, I committed adultery, and so on. And people accept that. He's sorry or she's sorry, or sometimes they don't even apologize. They don't even. In Catholicism, there's a confession. And what's wrong with the law of forgiveness? Is Catholics doing it really, really, absolutely right according to the law of the Bible? Then no. Catholic Church also is not doing it wrong, but I'm not gonna get in there. I'm going off the topic here, introducing myself. So the back to what I'm talking about. I know all the religions, and I was just trying to explain about the details. What I mean, I know religions. Don't focus on all these little details. The major theme of religions. That's what's important. So I wanted to talk about Islam. I wanted to talk about Buddhism. I wanted to talk about all the major religions like Judaism too. Yeah, Judaism is very important because that's where Christianity came from, right? But I cannot talk about all of them. First of all, I don't have enough people, and I need references. So I made the written communication. So this is what you're seeing on your screen. These are the somebody will come and say something, and I will reply. Because back then there was no video like me recording, and the people don't have access to the videos. So we would just make these with words. And the words, of course, I have to use English because with the keyboards, I can type English very well. And of course, a lot of Buddhist people, they are non-Western people, and the majority of them not good at English. So you can't really communicate with them with English. So that was a limitation. But that's not the case anymore. Now we have the videos, and the English are better, and I can speak Burmese, so now I can also, I will be talking in Burmese as well to reach out to them. So, you know, I want to first congratulate to these men. First, Bishop Mamari, and what is his theme and what he's talking about? He mainly talks about the truth of Christianity, and then he makes the cross references to Islam or Muslim, what's wrong with them, or Muhammad, all of these. I was doing those like 15 years before these names even appeared, but I couldn't reach too many people, so you probably didn't know me. If you are new, if you are seeing me for the first time, you probably don't know me. And I try to do that. All these excellent resources, the systematic arguments. These people, like for example Bishop Mamari, they speak the truth. So this is his theme. He also talks about Buddhism a little bit, but I don't. He doesn't know in details. He just knows generally. But I have a lot of respect to Bishop Mamari there, and Mr. Sam Sherman. He is a very brilliant, big shot individual. I don't want to use the word big shot. He is a prominent figure, and what he's doing, I wanted to do it. Okay, because as I was living, I'm just minding my own business, just living my life every day. But what I didn't like is anytime I got to know some Muslim guy, especially a Muslim guy, not women, always men, right? I could be meeting them in construction business or in the park while I'm exercising, running around, or in a mechanic, car service garage, right? Muslim guy, or could be my landlord, the low-life landlord, who was a Muslim, whatever. Whoever it is, they always want to come and talk about religion. Okay, like they know I'm Christian, and then they got wrong with that. They think, oh, I'm doing something really wrong, and I accept, the initiation of discussion. I listen, but I'm not an idiot. I'm very well informed, and I read many books, and I study all the crusades, crusade wars. I know the whole history of Islam's, before the Arab culture, before they were even Muslims or Islams, where they came from. The same thing with the Christians, don't think Europe was always Christian. Europe was the evil world, the Irish, the Argylls, the British, the English, same thing. And then, what do you call it, these Vikings, and the Danes. These are all evil people, and they became Christians, and there's not, so they became Catholic. So these are, now they're Italians now, the Romans. Romans were evil too. Romans were killing Christians. So the point is, I know the history very well. The world history, these individual nations, these Pacific nation histories, and I know the religions very well. So when these Muslim guys come and talk, I listen, and I start talking back, and they start to feel scared, and they start lying, and they don't like it, and they start saying, they start lying, and I want to be able to prove to them. Like, I wish I had video cameras and this and that, just like what Sam Sherman is doing. But Sam Sherman, he did very well. He claimed that he actually converted some of the people, But whether he actually converted them or not, but now the truth exists in the world. He has many conversations, many references that we can go and check out. And what I admire or respect about Sam Sherman skills is that he knows the biblical verses very, uh, you know, by heart. I don't have that. I know the Bible generally, the stories, and I know approximately where they are, but I can't pinpoint the verse and the chapter like him. Not only he's good at the Bible, he can pinpoint these verses and chapters and pages of the Quran too, because that's the big gun. That is the big uh, reference they will use, the Muslim will use to throw at you. But they themselves don't know. I mean, I know that. Okay, I I can even one thing I wanted to point out to Sam Sherman though, like everything they are arguing based on the Quran as if the Quran is the fixed, invariable book truth. That's not the case. Quran's been changed, burned, and where did Quran come from? Okay, they were arguing the Quran's always been there, given by God. Okay, Sam Sherman kind of accepted that. Okay, but no, the Quran came from the Bible. Okay, Quran came from the Old Testament, the Bible, and they rewrote these stories, embellished them. Basically, Quran came from the Crusades when the Arabs start to do well militarily, conquering Europe, expanding the empires, and start to sack the cities and civilizations, the Christian civilizations or Judas, ancient Jewish civilizations. They take away all these written books and anything, especially the written records. Other things like artifacts and treasures and this and that. Never mind those. But one thing that's kind of admirable about Islamic people were that they never burn anything they see that's written. They don't know the language, and they want to know what it is. So they will find the people who can write, who can read that, and they translate. And then they have these groups, huge groups of people who will study these things or read things basically, and then the idea of college or hospitals, schools, and this and that, it came from Islamic people, especially to the West. But in the Eastern world, there's a different thing. So you don't want to generalize and say, oh, to the whole world. But the point is, the origin of Quran itself, okay, is not, what is it? Especially in the debates between Sam Sherman and all these Islamic scholars. Okay, the Bible, a different story. The original Bible, it pretty much came from the time of Mark, Matthew, Luke, and the disciples, the apostles. Okay, and the Rome, the official Roman Empire, these emperors were a big record keeper. And then, we have this church, the popes. Because first a few popes, starting from Peter, was, they were obscure, and they were just running around for their lives. So it couldn't be, how should I put it, authoritative figure, at least to the people, right, that they have to be hiding and running around, and eventually they will all kill. So until the Constantine came, uh, but the point is the origin and the evolution, the progress of the Bible is uh, very pure and untainted as compared to origin of uh, the what do you call it, the Quran. Okay, and then Bible you can date back to, okay, book of Genesis. Okay, but you can't find the author of book of Genesis. People say, oh, Moses wrote that. Okay, I really think the book of Genesis, God wrote that, or God gave to mankind. So if there any book that God literally gave to mankind, is book of Genesis and the law. Okay, and the rest is just stories, like somebody wrote them down. Like Solomon will write that, or some disciple, Luke will write that, Mark will write that, or Jeremiah will write that, or Jeremiah account somebody will write, and so on. So there's a man, a human being, that wrote the book. Okay, so that's how these biblical books, because the Bible is not just one book, it's many books, many stories, right? Many authors. And that's how we got. But the Quran, what they claim is like everything is written in one context, one book, and God, okay, this so-called God, this Allah, is not God. Because Sam Sherman, I'm going to refer back to what he said. And it's amazingly, he pointed out that clearly this Allah that they claiming God is actually Satan, the devil. And I never liked it. This Allah, I could point out clearly, but I go with, I thank Sam Sherman, and he has proven that very clearly, who it is that they are worshiping. But they claim Allah gave this book to them, to Muhammad, like literally, like to whom? And then that's how they receive the thing. That is complete garbage. Okay? Man, these Islamic scholars, after they conquer the Christians and Jews, stole or took away all these writings, and they formed these study groups, and they will read something, and then for creation story, for example, they read from book of Genesis, and then there are a lot of holes in book of Genesis, and the Christian never fill in the hole and lie. They don't know something missing, just leave it as it is. But no, the Muslims or Islam would embellish and start filling in lies. The creation story, it would say, like for example, okay, I never really read the details, so I'm gonna talk about what I heard. Okay, they would talk about the man sperm and then women egg, the meeting that, and then creating life within that kind of the so-called medical or scientific interaction. They will write that down in the book. That's what I heard. And then they try to explain the creation through that, because by then the medical knowledge of mankind, okay, is very advanced. Everybody back then already knew that, okay, the babies came from the sperm and egg and the fertilization process or whatever, and they put that in the book of the so-called Quran, and many embellishment, all these things that, and then they say God gave it to them. That is a big lie. God never gave that. So anyway, that's their belief. And I'm going to move on. So this is Sam Sherman. And why am I showing all these people? Again, I'm paying my respect to them. I'm introducing myself and what I intend to do over the time. So he is debating with Muslim, the Islamic scholars, uh, and he's bringing out the truth. He's spreading all the truths about Christianity. He has very great talent coding the Bible back and forth very clearly, and also the Quran. And David Wood. So this is David Wood. So I'm showing all these names and picture so that if you're interested, you can find these individuals. So David Wood, the theme of what he's doing is all together with Sam Sherman. Okay, I found these individual on Facebook and YouTube, and I was very impressed. I was very impressed with the knowledge of these books of Bible and Quran, and the ability to find the references they need very quickly in a snap of fingers. I don't have that. Even though I know generally all these stories, I won't be able to debate like them, all alone. I'm gonna be in big trouble. And then this man, Cliff Connectal, I believe that's how his last name is pronounced. Connectal or Connectal, Cliff. Cliff, on the other hand, his mission is to catch all these lost souls, especially on the college campus. And I think he's doing a great job. And they really need that because I've been a college student myself, and it should be for the high school as well. Because in the schools, the demons are roaming around, and I can feel the demonic force everywhere. God do not exist in those institutions. The place itself, okay, the spiritually is so dark. And if you cannot feel like what I'm talking about, okay, but you can see it with the human eyes and feeling. There's alcohol, drugs, fornications, stupidity, and the time wasting, money wasting. It's all over. Okay. When I was in the 2-year programs, there were a huge group of all these little freshmen or high school kids came to college, and they got a lot of money. The loans are taken out, and they spend all this money doing alcohol. Mostly they drink a lot of beer and alcohol, and wasting the money, partying, going to places, or they go to other campus. Other campus people come there, and all the time spent traveling back and forth. And most of them are kind of peaceful. There's not much violence at the time, so we don't see much fightings and this and that, but not anymore now. But they don't pass immediately. Within 3 months, the midterm come and they all flunk out. More than half of them gone, and the process repeat. And all these this fake environment that they had, all the so-called friends and this and that, they don't have friends anymore. It's all gone. But now it's even worse. Now the same scenario. These freshmen came, and they don't just do beer and alcohol anymore. Now the more severe than beer, the marijuana replaced. Everybody is a freaking low-life pothead everywhere. Okay, but that pothead is being smoking pot is like just drinking beer. Uh, Now you do, the whiskey and this and that. What is the equivalent of whiskey nowadays? They got this crack or phenylene or meth or whatever, all these drugs. I don't even know the names very well. I know the smell, okay? Disgusting, intoxicating smell that people produce doing those. Uh, some of the drugs the people like to do, oh my god, it smells worse than shit, really. Literally, a smelly thing. And these drug addicts, I heard, like they are so addicted to this disgusting smell and disgusting thing, and when they are so broke, okay, these drugs are very expensive. When they are so broke, they can't buy anymore. What do? They want to go and smell cat shit to get high, to get this drug intoxicating feeling, to give them the feeling. They have to go and smell the thing, and that's what the drug addicts do. They actually go and smell cat poo in order to get high, because they can't buy drugs anymore because they're broke now. And you can see that in colleges nowadays. The beer and alcohol is replaced by marijuana and the more fatal drugs. Honestly, I despise these drug addicts. So, like, yeah, maybe the devil is no longer hiding, very well. Or the devil coming out and making these drugs that are so lethal. That what do you call it? Meth or phenylene is not even drug. It's like a literal poison. There's more poisonous than the red poison that you will eat. Arsenic or cyanic that you will eat a little bit, it's not as fatal as eating phenylene. I mean, why would someone try to put that in the body and knowing that it will kill? So that's what we have in these campuses. And so because of drugs, there's going to be a lot of drug dealers roaming around. And the drug dealers, they themselves are the evil lost soul, and they are violent lost soul. They do have weapons, and they don't hesitate to kill or consult to violence and so on. So pretty much that's what Cliff is doing. He's trying to bring God into these campuses, and he's doing very well. A lot of them listen in his videos, and some the idiot professors and this and that, they live in their own little world. All these so-called professors with PhD. I saw one video where a philosophy professor or something, these kinds of professors, to me, they're not even professor. Okay, what kind of professor I respect? Okay, mathematics, chemistry, some kind of engineering like thermodynamics and physics, computer science, or about the engineering, silicon, like chipsets, CPU, all those things. Those are real science. Those, if you got PhD pursuing those in engineering and science, yeah, I really respect you. You are my professor. Other than that, you got PhD in history, bullshit. Okay, but unless you can invent a time machine to go back and study these events, okay, no matter how much you claim that you know, okay, you just reread all these records, okay, you can never go back. And so you claim like, oh, you researched it. How do you research it? What do? All you do is you just read things, okay? Being a historian or philosopher doesn't matter, okay? So PhD that I respect pretty much the in the science and engineering discipline. So all these laws. So okay, I got problem with. I give you my personal experience. Uh, in my basic education courses, like I had to study, of course, English a little bit. Okay, you can't get a college degree without passing English class. Right, so there's an American literature class. This law school PhD woman, right, teaching American literature class, and we have to read all these people like Thoreau, David Thoreau, or Ralph Waldo Emerson's, and Emily Dickinson, whatever. All these, you know, the literature people. And I had to actually do. This woman made the class read Book of Genesis. Her name is Elizabeth Grant, by the way. Elizabeth Grant in SUNY Morrisville, New York. Morrisville, New York. SUNY Morrisville. We'll check it out. And a professor named Elizabeth Grant. I complained to everyone. I told everyone, and I was a teenager. I was young and inexperienced. I didn't know how to handle it. What I should have done is like really pursue and sue the school. That's what I should have done. So that Elizabeth Grant made all her class read Book of Genesis and play a little game. We're gonna put God on trial. Okay, that God was guilty. The Creator was guilty for creating and giving man a dominion over all the creations. What kind of insult, stupidity, a disgusting scheme that she came up with. That's what we had to do in college, and she gave me B. I was a great opposition to her, and trust me, okay, not everyone. Only she had like a big opposition only from about 3 or 4 students. Everyone else was on her side. They love it. Okay, they love to play the game. So that's how bad it is. So these college campuses, when I say there's hell going on there, okay, and they need people like Cliff Knackle, is you better believe it. You better believe this is no exaggeration. All right, so that's what these men are doing. They're working for God, basically, for Creator, and the theme, focus, I already explained, and I was doing those in the beginning too. So back to my Facebook profile, I was doing what they were doing with the written words. Now I'm gonna get back to that, and then, my theme, I'm gonna focus on Buddhism. Okay, I'm gonna reach out to the lost souls in the Buddhist world, and I'm gonna give them the news of Christianity, and I'm gonna debunk that all the lies of the Buddhist practices within their own scriptures, within their own written records. There's truth. There's undeniable truth. I don't need to make up. I don't lie. I don't make up anything. Okay. And but their own ignorance. If a Buddhist person really know the theme of what they're supposed to do in Buddhism, they don't want to be Buddhist anymore. Just like what Sam Sharman is doing. Sam Sharman basically is, here he is again. He is building arguments based on the facts that are within the Quran itself, to show them that their God, or what they're supposed to do, the practice is demonic and evil, and their God who they think that God is Satan himself. That's what he's doing. And I'm going to do the same thing because I know enough. Okay, I knew about the Buddhism, the Islam. Okay, same thing what Sam Sharma would do, but I'm going to do the same thing with the Buddhism. The problem with the Buddhism is that they don't have a rigid, concise written record like with a Bible or Quran. Buddhist scriptures are all over, but it's not going to be difficult to locate these scriptures or standardized scriptures over the internet. Okay, I have them a lot in my memories, and I stumble on them, once in a while. I see them, so I believe, I'll find a way. But I have the picture of the truth generally in my head anyway. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reaching out to establish or spread the truth around to the Buddhist audience, and also I'm going to focus on, like Bishop Omari, about the Christian truth. What we have going on in Christianity. When you talk about Christianity, really you got to focus on the Catholicism, Catholic Church, and the Eastern Orthodox. Those are the real churches. Okay, anything else that you see the Protestant world is all, how should I put it? There's a lot of lies and hypocrisy going on there. But it doesn't mean the Catholic Church and Orthodox Church is perfect itself. There are a lot of lies, hypocrisy, and the dangers, the impending danger, imminent danger going on. Especially, I give you a quick example. Pope Francis. He's shamelessly changing his words over the time, lying, and his theme in what he's doing is really, really wrong and danger. And he's driving, his urge to want to do this evil, how should I put it? This lie, okay, is so great that he's not giving it up, even though he should be peacefully retired. Okay, because look at him, he is dying. Okay, he is unhealthy. He's on a wheelchair going around. The Pope Benedict, okay, realized that I can't serve God with my current condition. God needs the younger man, more healthy person. He just gave it up. But this guy, Francis, what's his name? Bergoglio or something, his name, because I don't even want to call him Pope anymore. Okay. So he came up with the two major problems. Okay, the first came up with this. Let's bless the faggots. Okay, the gay couples or whatever. Okay, and the period. He didn't say anything further. Then the world erupted. A few months later, I think 3 months later or something, he realized that people are not ready for his lies. So he changed his lies and say, "Oh, I meant that don't bless their practice, not the act, not the people. Don't bless their act, the action of what they do, but bless the person." I mean, what the heck is difference. Okay, you want these low life faggot to come and be in the church and be friends with all other people, and I know them very well. I know what to expect from them because whenever you know a gay person or whatever, especially men. Okay, women lesbians. I'm not saying they right or I don't like them too. Okay, I don't like homosexual, whether man or woman, doesn't matter. But women are homosexual, what you call lesbians, right? They just quietly do that. They're like sneaky little uh, people. They're sneaky bitches. Okay, and they do it quietly, and they don't really advertise around, and they don't solicit their behavior around. But men, uh, that's not the case. Okay, men, when they happen to be homosexual, they're gonna be soliciting around non-stop all the time. When you know a homosexual man, okay, he wants to know everybody he knows, whether that they are homosexual themselves or they're gonna be interested in having sex with him, and he's gonna be soliciting or gouging non-stop any moment that he has, any opportunity he has, he's gonna try that. So when you say, these people are harmless, uh, it's not true. Okay? They're not harmless. Okay? They are. They, I'm gonna use Bishop Amari's word. They are lion snakes, son of the lion snake. So you're gonna go. Should I? Should I give? By the way, you can give blessing in Christianity. You don't have to be a priest or pope or cardinal or anybody. The blessing is a powerful. It's a power the human being possess. You can bless anybody. You know that. Okay, especially if you are closer to God, and if God is within you, and you bless somebody, you can bless other people. Okay, you don't have to be a priest to bless somebody else. So whatever it may be, the priest is gonna be blessing these disgusting faggots in the parish building, in front of the altar, in front of the altar, in front of the tabernacle, okay, and during the worship, okay, because the church building, okay, by the way, tabernacle, okay, is gonna be taken as God is present with you when during the mass, and when the tabernacle is closed and the mass is done, people are no longer talking, worshiping, then God, Spirit, goes away, rest. That is the belief. That is, how the Roman Catholic literally take it. So pretty much, when you say you're gonna bless these homosexual faggots in the parish, whether after mass, during the mass, doesn't matter, in front of other people, you just figure it. You just figure, what are you doing? You're promoting it. You're promoting the God's position. God's position is very clear. Okay, never forget Sodom and Gomorrah. And God never, ever will put up with this. Okay, it's bad enough for promiscuity. Okay, men and women having invariable sex among men and women themselves. Okay, if you're a man, you go screw many women. Right? That is evil itself. Okay, but that man screwing many women and the man screwing other men is like fatal sin. Because Saint Anthony, Saint Anthony was a very promiscuous person. Okay, he screwed many women, and that's what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Saint Anthony. Yeah. So, but he's not the only one. There are other saints who were like that. But God can forgive. Okay, God can forgive your promiscuity. And what about Mary Magdalene? Okay, Mary Magdalene was a whore. Okay, I repeat, Mary Magdalene was a whore, but she truly, truly gave up and changed her lifestyle. She was no longer a whore. Okay, so God can forgive the promiscuity, but did you find me one example in the Bible where God forgave a faggot and all right, you're okay, and I'm gonna make you my soldier or my representative. No. The only thing that you will ever find how God deal with faggots, ashes, uh, worse than atomic bombs, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's all you will ever find. So, it's not to be taken lightly. Bergoglio saying like, oh, the church is going to be blessing these kinds of people. Like, where did he came up with that? Okay, and then he changed like, I was wrong. Don't get me wrong. What I said, I'm not saying they were right. I'm just blessed them, not their behavior. I'm saying, okay, you cannot separate the behavior of a faggot from a faggot. They are the same. I have never met a faggot who would not solicit or gouge around whether he can have sex with everybody he knows. Okay, and that's what they do. That's what they like. And that's what they live for. Just like drug addicts. Okay. Somehow, a lot of faggots, they seem to do well financially, and some of them are very rich. You know, yeah. Don't when you see some rich guy, or it could be your employer. You don't know. Don't think that he is a saint. And just like drug addicts, all the wealth, all the energy, everything that they have, their number one theme in life is to have homosexual sex. So they will do anything to gouge around and to travel to distant places in the world, meet many different people, and just to do that. And they have no business with God. Okay, and whatever business that they have with God, okay, you leave to God. Like, you're not gonna be telling these men, the priests are men are priests. You know that there is no distinguish between. If you really try to define priests and men in the beginning, right? The Levites are set apart; they were priests and so on. But in the New Testament, okay, everybody is priest. That's how Christ. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't find the verse, the exact chapter and the verse, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you don't believe me, go find it somewhere, or go ask Sam Sherman or somebody who knows, and then they will immediately come up with that. What I'm talking about. All men are treated as. All men are to be taken as priests. Okay, so that's number one. And number two is a very serious infringement of what Bergoglio is doing. What is he doing? He is trying to make a war religion. He is promoting other religions, especially the Hindus and like Eskimo religions, and Hindus, Buddhists, Eskimos, and what else? All these indigenous people from these unknown, like Canadian tribes, or some tribes in Latin American area. and like Jamaican tribes and so on. And doesn't matter who they are specifically. Okay, there's a word and the concept that describe them all in Bible, which is called paganism. The pagans, basically, he's bringing in these pagans into the church, or he's lowering the church into these paganism, merging them, and somebody would say, "Oh, well, isn't that what the missionary does? Isn't that what missionaries do?" You know, missionary change the pagans, show them it is wrong, show them their sins, make them repent and change, and they turn the pagans into Christians. But that's not what Bergoglio is doing now. Bergoglio is inviting these pagans to practice the paganism right within the worship. Okay, those guys are actually praying for him. Those guys are calling their demons and all kinds of the demons, the gods that they worship, are praying to them right in front of him, or together with him, and he wants them to do it. He's encouraging them to do it together with him. So what is that? I mean, that is a serious infringement of, I think it's the second commandment. No, that's the first commandment, sorry. Thou shalt not worship any other carved images or any other God besides the real God, the Creator. Okay? I mean, God has serious problem. Not worship, like just having this curved image of some pagan god. I'm gonna go back to the time of Jeremiah. Okay? Jeremiah, the king there, okay, I forgot his name, so I'm not so good like Sam or David, but I know generally the story. So that king, even Solomon, same thing. King Solomon, they had these, they not worshiping these other gods, okay? They just giving recognition by having these idols, to please his wife or his official or somebody in the king's army or king's court official. So those kinds of images are within the court, or in some important places in the kingdom. Oh, God will not like it. He's not going to put up with that. Okay, and that's the reason why Jeremiah existed, to give message to the king. Like, you better do something about those, or you're gonna lose your whole kingdom. You're gonna have hell coming to you, and it did happen eventually. And that's now what's happening. This Bergoglio is doing to the church. The Roman Catholic Church, is worse than the image that we are having a worship, the pagan worship within the masses. He's promoting that. I mean, he's not really doing that to us in the Catholic masses yet, but he is doing it by example, like all the masses that he was at personally. So he's showing the way, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I don't lose faith. I mean, I don't. I know God, so God will do something about it. It's not gonna be more than 2 years. It could be the next month. Who knows? But whatever it may be, look at that guy, that dying, evil man. Just before he died, he wants to accomplish some great evil. If he was really a good person, he should just give up his position and retire in peace. Because you can be praying. If I wish I don't have to be working or doing anything. Really, I wish I can pray 8 times a day and really study about God. Yeah, study, know more about God is more important than going around, working and traveling to places and this and that. So God is most important. But this man, he's not working for God anyway. He's really he's working for evil, working for Satan basically. So I summarize back all these talk. I'm gonna be promoting Christian truth. Because truth has to be truth is everywhere. It doesn't have to be within Christianity. We can talk about mathematics. We can talk about just like what Sam is doing. Okay, Sam is looking for the truth within the Islam. Okay, and the truth, we found it. The truth basically is ultimately the so-called Allah that these people are willing to die for is Satan himself. He is not equal. He is not the same Jesus or the Creator, and he has so many examples that he is showing the code right from the Quran and the Bible to prove that, to show that. So again, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be, looking for the truth, establishing the truth about the Buddhism. And again, the truth is everywhere. You just stick to the truth, whether you're studying chemistry or physics or mathematics or martial arts or anything at all you're talking about. At the end, you will find the ultimate truth, which is the Creator. All right. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.